Hi guys, this is Brian. It's February the 16th down here in Wellington, New Zealand, and we're in paradise. Maybe it's about to be lost, but we have much to be thankful for in the midst of all the problems. Now, slight diversion. I want to share with you a recipe that I have to begin the day with breakfast preparation of food, making something interesting with just a few simple things. And we start off with a rock melon. We get half a rock melon and we cut the half rock melon into slices. We then put it into a container and we take a couple of lemons, squeeze the juice in, passion fruit, add 2 passion fruit, the contents of 2 passion fruit, and leave in the fridge overnight. It is a very refreshing breakfast, and if you wake up in the morning, you know, the mouth's dry and you know you're looking for something to give you a bit of a pickup, this is just amazing. I'm just going to have a bit of this, and I've got to tell you, wonderful, wonderful. Half a rock melon, cut into slices, into a container, 2 lemons, 2 passion fruit, no sugar, in the fridge overnight, and just amazing food. The rock melon by itself, not very interesting, but just add a couple of things and it's just out of this world. So, thank you very much for the feedback on the fight back. I guess some of you may have been sort of surprised in the direction that I took, but that's a reaction on my part to the very secular culture and society that we have here in New Zealand. Unlike America, where in many of the learning institutions you'll get the option of 2 sides being taught, evolution and creation. I don't actually mind if people teach evolution as long as they give us the alternative. We don't get that here in New Zealand, and I think it's kind of a situation that's developed quite strongly under the British education system, and British empiricism, if you like, seems to have dominated and created a seeding ground for the kind of monolithic system that rules us down here. America is a wonderful country. I mean, at the moment, and of course you'll have heard it said, but I really think for some time, not just now, but I guess, you know, for 50 years at least, America's represented the best of the best and the worst of the worst. Yeah, now that's an interesting situation. We could actually spend a lot of time trying to unpack why it is that we have such contrapolar influences, but I think that the main thing that we deal with today is kind of a moral and spiritual crisis, and a society that is beginning to really lose its way. There has never been a golden age. At the time of the Reformation, there was terrible, terrible shedding of blood on both sides. There was the slaughter of the Huguenots. The Catholics rose, and in one night the Protestants in France were all put to death by the sword. They say you can't kill a faith, but actually in France that's sort of what happened. The faith was actually killed with the sword. And that's sort of sad. That is sad, but it's part of the reality of a fallen world, and if you've experienced life in its fullness, and you've been also strongly committed to the conviction that God is there, and that there's got to be an understanding of what's happening around us, you can't fail to draw certain conclusions. But I really think that you can't get that balance unless you accept that there is divine revelation shining a light in the epistemological darkness that surrounds us. And it is true in all of the disciplines. If you take God out of the equation, if you take revelation, specific revelation out of the equation, it's a very, very grim place. I mean, the existentialists, atheistic existentialists, really got to that point. And I guess kind of Sartre epitomized it when he said something like, man is so shaped by his past choices and decisions that in the end he checkmates himself into an inescapable cubicle of thought and action. And no hope, absolutely no hope of getting out of a sort of mechanical box that the Enlightenment created with its commitment to rationalizing. And I've got to correct something here, and it is that I think there's a distinction. You've got to draw a distinction between rationalism and being reasonable. And of course the Bible says in Isaiah, come let us reason together. And I think that is the important thing, that we enable this process of reasoning to take place, that we have this absolute commitment to truth, but not truth in a vacuum, but truth that we believe that there are two forms of revelation. And one of them is general revelation, that you look at the external world and you can't fail to the created order see that there is a creator and a designer, but you can't reason your way to a loving God by just looking at the creation. You need specific revelation, and that comes in the way of verbalized proposition